Francis Fukuyama wrote a book on trust, and a part of what he said relating to the matter relating to trust is that trust is a force, an issue that galvanizes people together, and it allows for not only business but allows for smooth human interaction. But I want to speak to you today about the fallacy of blind trust. The fallacy of blind trust. Now, within the context of what Fukuyama wrote, it would appear that if one does not trust, then there are going to be issues that will arise henceforth, and that I understand. But I want to say to you, a number of us have actually trusted persons blindly, and we have felt that blind trust come to haunt us. And one of the things that is historical that a number of persons do not want to look at in our history that has happened and that has been created by institutions within government is that relating to the Tuskegee study that was done. So let me give you some information now and actually speak to you about, as I said before, the fallacy of blind trust. Now, in 1932 to 1972, United States Public Health Service and the Center for Disease Prevention and Control, which are two bodies within the government of the United States, gave 400 African American males syphilis. They were told that they had some issue relating to their blood and that they were going to be injecting them with a something to address the challenge that they had in their bodies, and they gave them syphilis. Now, it's something difficult to understand that a government could have given person syphilis. But I want to say something to you which we did not dare forgetting. For 40 years, 40 years, they gave black people syphilis. 40 years. Not 2 days, not 3 days, 40 years. And that was done by the very body institution of the CDC and the American, which is United States Public Health Services, gave people syphilis. When many of those persons were dying, they did nothing, little or nothing, to aid them, and they would have created this challenge on these persons. What am I speaking of? Blind trust. A number of us trust people so much that even when it's clear that your trust is destroying you, you continue to trust. Like the song say, trust and obey. There is no other way. There is a way, and that is to remove from a blanket or bland or a blind trusting of something that clearly is destroying you. In Jamaica, what has been destroying persons for years is the political divide, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. That blind trust has been destroying the people. And instead of addressing it, people continue to fight for scarce benefits and spoil. Seeing full well that that blanket trust, that blind trust, is destroying them. When a man trusts a woman without reason, most times, if not all the times, it leads to destruction. Likewise, when a woman trusts a man blindly, blanketly, the end is normally bitterness. Yes, still we do it. We do not seem to understand that not even the bodies that are there to protect us will protect you if you are not smart and careful. The very government bodies, the governmental institutions gave people syphilis. A number of you don't want to pay attention to these issues. And I really want you to understand that when you blindly trust anything, you are going to be destroyed by it. It's a difficult pill to swallow. Do not trust blindly. When you trust, if it is not working out, you need to do the right thing. Abandon, sidestep, change route, change direction from blind trust. Blind trust never pays. Even when the songs say trust and obey, there is no other way. You cannot trust and obey when there is evidence that the trust is leading you astray. The trust is destroying you. The trust is the reason, the rationale behind your destruction. Politics in Jamaica has been doing that for people for years. We have blindly trusted the politicians, and their evidence is there that they have ruined us, they have destroyed us. And what are we doing? We are trusting and obeying no other way of going to hell. And that hell means destruction. Difficult to tell you. You know, you understand. It is not a matter as simple as just trust. We need to trust with rationality. We need to trust with understanding. We need to trust with evidence. And if the rationality, the evidence suggests otherwise, that trust is not working, then all we need to do is to cease and desist because the trust is destructive. And those are my views. You might totally disagree, but the evidence is there that blanket trust or blind trust does not pay. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let us have a discussion on the matter. Tell me when in history, when in your life, that trusting blanketly or blindly has ever worked.